Okay, folks, this will be a video of my 69 Chevelle, and I'll go over it, tell you what I've done to it so far. I traded this to paint a guy's truck about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was just a complete basket case. The body was off the frame, every nut and bolt was taken from it. Off of it, there was missing, had no bumpers, it had no header panel, no interior, all them parts were just gone, who knows where they went, and it had no drivetrain, and he was just sick of working on it, and the exact words were, "I'm just done with this piece of shit." So I traded him for a paint his truck, which I probably would have cash wise charged him about $1,000. So really, I got this for about $1,000, but it was just traded for labor, so to me it was pretty much free. Now the whole goal of this, or I thought about, was to build it for nothing. No money in it, other than just labor, trades, stuff like that. And because I put this car together with another parts car I bought from the local wrecking yard here, which I got the bumpers from. I actually used the front end off the parts car, or at least the fenders and the header. We'll go over the interior. I got the seats out of a Mitsubishi Eclipse. A little trouble putting them in there. I'm gonna go over the interior real quick. This console is just sitting in there. It's just from a Suburban, just to see if it would fit. And the same with the cup holder thing there. I'm gonna eventually build a big long console that goes up and fits the gauges, stereo, cup holders, stuff like that. So, and here's the dash. I just put a dash cover over it with some material, glued it on there. So this steering column's out of a 70 Pontiac. It's tilt. I did buy a new headliner kit for it and a dome light. See, it works. And I bought the back seat cover kit, installed that, and then the carpet. And the rear deck, I bought speakers and some material for the rear deck and just used cardboard. Same with the sail panels, although they're a little bubbled out. I did buy a set of new door covers, panels. I'll put the front ones on after it's painted, after I put the door handles and locks and everything on it. So anyway, I was going to build it see if I could build it and do a video or something on it, that how you can build a car for free using just your labor and skills and everything else, bartering. But I got a little carried away and I ended up buying a new grill. I bought new taillight bezels, stuff like that. Now let me get this. Now, the third car I used for this was a 1975 Corvette, which I traded for this friend of mine to do some work on his Camaro. And the Corvette, I traded it for about $1,000 worth of labor, but it had a good drivetrain. That's what this motor transmission's out of, a 75 Corvette. And I did sell the Corvette for about $1,000 after I pulled the engine transmission. So this engine is free, plus a lot of other little parts I used out the Corvette for this. It is an AC car, but it's not hooked up. I do have the compressor, but it's seized, and I haven't, I just kind of set that there. So I ended up buying a new exhaust for it, and the whole exhaust system, an X-pipe kit off of eBay, and two Flowmaster type mufflers, and I welded all that in myself. I did buy a new distributor. It's like 50 bucks off of eBay. HEI works good, so this has been converted over to HEI. And I rigged up a few little things. See that windshield wiper squirter. One of the motors I had was making a lot of noise. This one didn't work, so I ended up putting a electric motor in here and wiring it up so it squirts out fluid. I did a few things like that. There's a couple of wires that aren't hooked up yet. But we're gonna start it up. It runs great. Uh-oh. Show the exhaust. And I got the wrong, another thing that's rigged up is this fan shroud. If you can see the sticking up a little bit here. I got it off an old van that I got in my junkyard. But to make it fit, it had to be raised up a little bit. I did buy a new radiator off of eBay, just temporarily, see if it works. It's a cheap plastic tank, and they're known to break. But if it lasts for a while, I'll eventually buy a big aluminum, you know, 4-core type, 3 or 4-core type radiator for it. I bought these rims off of eBay. They're about $65 each, shipped, brand new. I forget, the center caps were like 50 bucks, I think, for the set of 4. I did buy some trim rings, but they cheap Chinese stuff that broke. I should have went a little bit bigger tires on the front. They're like 215s. I should have went with 225s. Let's go with the trunk here. Trunk was rust free, no holes, rust holes or anything in the trunk. I had to buy I bought new drain plugs so that fits nice in there. The car did come with one new quarter panel, I think this side. I put that one on there, and then I ended up buying this side over here. It's not an SS, it's just a Malibu, but I ended up putting SS emblems on it. And these aren't the originals, because the originals would say 396, and I wanted ones without 396 on them. I think this one's off a 72 Nova, and the front's off a 69 Camaro, I believe. So I ended up going a little overboard buying a bunch of new stuff, like this chrome bezel taillights, this chrome trim, the grill, stuff like that. I haven't added everything up yet. It'll be a few $1,000s that I got into this car, plus labor. I buy a hood insulation kit, painted it black. I still might later on buy a SS hood, but for now I'm just using a factory one. It's fairly straight, and I do have the chrome for around here. So I got some paint. I got some paint that they had in their back room. I try to use Nason 2K urethane single stage. And they had a gallon of silver and a gallon of charcoal, metallic. And I bought both of them for $60 each, which is way less than half price, about a third price. So I haven't opened them up yet. I'm going to open them up, mix them up, see how they look. And that's what the color will be on this car. But of course it'll have two black stripes going up the hood and the trunk. I'll have to measure and see where I should put them. And so first I'm going to paint the hood and the trunk, and then probably let it sit for a week or two, and then mask them off, the stripes off, and paint the whole car. I was thinking about painting black down at the very bottom with a little stripe, but I'm not sure. I could always add that later if I think I want it. So that's the car. Been working on it for about a year. Off and on, not 8 hours a day or nothing, just off and on. And just needs paint, and it's pretty much ready to hit the road. Few little things to it, but it runs, drives, stops, all the brakes are done. The parts car I bought had these springs that are in this one now. I took the springs off and put it on this one, and it sits up awful high in the back, but I thought about lowering it just a little bit, but I'm not sure yet, and I'll have to see how it drives. It's just a little bit stiff. I got new shocks on it, but it kind of bounces in the back. I haven't even driven this thing on the road yet, just around my property. So once I get it on the road, if it rides a little too stiff in the back, I might lower it a little bit. But I don't know, I kind of like the way it sits up there now. So that's about it. I will have a video on this 85 Corvette coming up of painting it too. I just ended up putting an engine in it, and I'm gonna sand and paint it. I painted it a couple years ago with cheap eBay paint that was supposed to be acrylic enamel, and I don't know what it ended up being, some type of base coat or something, and it just faded out within a year. And now it's been three or 4 years, and it's just baked. So I'm gonna sand it down and paint it. It doesn't need any body work. So that's about it. If you want to see more on my channel, like, comment, subscribe, share it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.